So, this is the Lose Your Mind project. The aim of the project is to give people empathy into the insight into the lived experience of a young person having a psychotic episode. If at any point you want to stop, take the headphones off, take the gear off, take a deep breath, it's all good. Okay, there's just as much value in stopping the experience as there is to seeing it through to the end. How did you go?
Yeah, well, I think you hyped it up a lot, so I was like preparing for the worst.
Yeah.
I was kind of relieved it wasn't as intense as I thought it had to be, but it was, obviously.
Well, I was the opposite. Like, when I first did it, I thought it wasn't going to be that full on, so like that's why I thought it was so full on.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting it.
Which is why we do it blind.
Yeah.
So, as a general rule, nobody has a real perception of what they're in for.
Yeah.
And again, it alleviates that little bit of quiet. What did you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely got tripped out when there was something like right here, because it gave me every impression of it being like right there.
Yeah.
Like as if I reached out, I could touch it.
Yeah. We talked about augmented reality. The technology isn't there yet.
Yep.
It's out of the price range. We talked about virtual reality. We talked about gaming. We then consulted with an expert who brought us back to a 360-degree video with a task, which for us is listening to Melissa talk.
Yep.
And then we fade in, we fade out. Okay, so as you would have noticed, it all crescendos at a certain point, and the goal of it, so that's the mechanics of it, the goal of it was to give people an insight into what it might be like to have this experience, to live with this experience. So it was an exercise in empathy.
Even if it wasn't happening right then in that exam, like the possibility that it could happen.
So the tension?
Would be enough to just, I would not be able to concentrate.
Absolutely. So math exam, job interview,
First date.
first date.
I guess it would depend too on like how invested I am and what the thing is. Like a job interview, if I really wanted the job, maybe I could really focus, but it'd still be tough.
Okay. So same with the smell one. Okay, so you go into a job interview and you're distracted because you don't know what that smell is. Is it the place? Is it you? Is it your brain? Is it them? So math exam, job interview, counselling session. How do you explain to somebody, so if somebody walked in the room right now, how do you explain to somebody what it was that you just experienced? Because you know it's not right. You know something's a bit off. And you have to explain to somebody what you just experienced. How do you explain it to them? How do you ask for help?
Well, how do you know what's the foundation for reality if your reality is off and you've realised that? Like, how do you know what a normal foundation for reality is?
I feel like it'd be a similar difficulty in the sense of like often people who like will live most of their life needing glasses but don't realise it and go get glasses later in life, and it's so clear when they get them, and but before that they didn't realise it could look that clear. They just thought the world was as blurry as what they saw it. It'd be the same thing as like, how would you know how many of these things are not supposed to be there, or how many of these things you've just seen or experienced were not supposed to be there, if that's all you've ever like dealt with, I guess. Like if that's all you've ever known, how do you know what's not meant to be there?
Yeah, absolutely.